The house always felt smaller whenever Lara talked about her dreams. The walls themselves seemed to tighten, as if ashamed to hear words like camera, acting, or storytelling. It was a typical Thursday evening in their modest home in Lahore. The aroma of lentils filled the air, the TV hummed in the background with some old drama, and Lara sat in the corner of the living room, editing a short clip on her cracked phone screen. She had filmed it earlier that morning, a 1-minute monologue about loneliness and the courage to chase dreams. It wasn't perfect. The lighting was off, her hair messy, and her voice slightly shaky, but it was hers, raw, honest, and from the heart. As she adjusted the background music, her elder brother, Adil, walked in and laughed. "Still wasting time on that stupid phone," he said, tossing his bag on the sofa. Lara didn't look up. "It's not wasting time. I'm editing a short video," Adil smirked. "Right? The famous Lara Ahmed, internet star of 20 likes and 3 comments. Grow up, Lara. You're not a celebrity. You're just embarrassing yourself." Their mother, Shabana, came out of the kitchen, wiping her hands on her dupatta. "Adil is right, beta," she sighed. "You're 24. When will you think about a real job? A girl can't live off dreams." Lara's eyes stayed fixed on her phone, though her throat tightened. "I'm trying, Amy. I'm sending applications too." Her father, Rashid Ahmed, looked up from the newspaper, his voice cold and heavy. "Applications to where? Film studios, or that nonsense website you waste hours on. This house runs on hard work, not fantasies." He folded the newspaper sharply, the sound slicing through the silence. "I don't want my daughter dancing on the internet," he said sternly. "Our family has respect. Stop playing internet celebrity before you bring shame on us." The room fell quiet except for the buzzing of the old ceiling fan. Lara wanted to speak to tell them that she wasn't dancing for likes. She was creating art. That her videos weren't about showing off but about telling stories that mattered. But what was the point? Every time she tried explaining, they heard only rebellion. Her little sister Amina sat quietly in the corner, pretending to read but stealing glances at Lara. When their parents left the room, Amina whispered, "I liked your last video, the one about the girl who wanted to run away." Lara smiled faintly. "Thanks, Minnie. Are you gonna post another one?" "I want to," Lara said softly, "but maybe not now." That night, after dinner, she sat alone in her room. Her phone glowed faintly in the dark. She scrolled through her small channel, 482 followers, a few kind comments like "You're so real," and "I felt this." Each one was a tiny piece of validation, a whisper that maybe she wasn't crazy for believing in something bigger. Then the door creaked open. Her father stood there, still awake. "Yes, Abu." He stepped in, his face half lit by the dim light. "You're talented, Lara, I know that, but talent doesn't pay bills. The world doesn't care about dreams, it cares about money. You can't fight that." "I'm not fighting, Abu. I'm just trying to live differently," he sighed. "Different doesn't feed you." When he left, Lara stared at her reflection in the mirror, a tired face, eyes filled with unspoken words. She opened her video folder and scrolled through dozens of unfinished clips. For a moment, her thumb hovered over the delete all button. Maybe he was right. Maybe the world didn't care. Her heart pounded. One tap and the screen went blank. Videos gone, months of effort, deleted in seconds. Lara dropped the phone on the bed and buried her face in her hands. The tears came quietly, like old friends returning home. Outside, thunder rolled in the distance. Rain started tapping against her window pane, soft at first, then heavier, like applause from a storm that understood her pain. After what felt like hours, she looked up, her cheeks wet, eyes red, but a strange calm settling in her chest. From the streetlight's dim glow, she saw her reflection again in the glass. "Maybe I'm stupid," she whispered. "Maybe they're right." But then, almost as if something deep inside her refused to give up, another voice rose within, small, trembling but fierce. Not yet. She turned off the light, lay down, and closed her eyes. The sound of rain became a lullaby, washing away doubt, feeding a fire quietly waiting to be born. 6 months had passed since that night, the night Lara deleted her dreams with a trembling thumb. But dreams, no matter how hard you try to bury them, have a strange way of coming back to life. Lara had moved out of her family home and rented a small one-room apartment in Karachi, peeling walls, flickering lights, and a balcony that looked over a noisy street. She worked part-time at a local cafe, serving coffee by day, filming by night. No one here knew her story. No one told her what was shameful or respectable. For the first time, she breathed freely. Each night, after her shift, she would set her phone on a stack of books, use a ring light she bought from a flea market, and record. Her videos were no longer about beauty or trends. They were stories of silence, heartbreak, and invisible pain. One of them was titled The Invisible Daughter. It was about a girl whose family loved her when she obeyed, but ignored her dreams when she dared to fly. She acted the entire short film herself, one scene sitting quietly at dinner while everyone laughed except her, another scene in the rain, whispering to the sky, "If I disappear, would they finally see me?" She edited it with tears streaming down her cheeks, posted it, and went to bed, not expecting much. When she woke up the next morning, her phone was buzzing like crazy. Messages, notifications, mentions. 10 zeros. 0 views, 50 0 views, then 1 million. Her heart pounded as she scrolled. People from all over the world were commenting, "This broke me. I felt every word. You told my story." She sat frozen, staring at the screen, whispering, "Is this real?" By the end of the week, The Invisible Daughter had crossed 10 million views. A famous influencer had shared it, calling her a voice that speaks truth. Her cafe manager noticed her one morning, phone in hand, face glowing. "What's all the excitement, Lara?" She smiled nervously. "Just something I posted went a bit viral." He laughed. "Viral? Then remember us when you're famous." That evening, she walked home differently, not faster, not prouder, just lighter. The same street that once felt like a cage now felt like a runway. But life has a cruel sense of humor. A few days later, she received a call from home. It was her mother. "Lara, what is this nonsense people are sending me? You posted another video. Everyone is talking about it." Lara froze. "Amy, it's just a story." "It's not." Her father's voice interrupted, loud and sharp from the background. "Stop playing internet celebrity. How many times have I told you? You're embarrassing us again." Lara closed her eyes. "Abu, I'm not embarrassing anyone. I'm creating something that—" "Enough," he shouted. "Delete it right now. You want to be a filmmaker, then do it after you get married and settle down. Until then, no more of this nonsense." The call ended with the click of disappointment. Lara sat still, tears threatening to fall but refusing to obey. She looked at her reflection in the dark screen of her phone, the same tired eyes, but this time something had changed. For the first time in her life, she didn't feel small. The entire world had seen her, had understood her pain, her story. The same story her own family refused to listen to. She whispered into the quiet room, "One day, you'll wish you believed in me." That night she uploaded another video, not sad, not angry but powerful, a poem. Just her face and her voice. "They said I was foolish, that dreams don't feed you. But hunger for peace, is that not worth feeding too?" It went viral within hours. Her follower count exploded, brands reached out, small studios offered collaborations, her email filled with messages from producers and journalists. People wanted interviews, partnerships. Her art had become her voice, and her voice had become a movement. Yet deep down, every victory carried the echo of that one line. "Stop playing internet celebrity." Each success felt like a quiet rebellion, a message whispered across the digital world to a dining table that had once silenced her. She wasn't just seen now, she was heard. 2 years later, Lara stood on the balcony of her Karachi apartment, the same one that once smelled of cheap paint and loneliness. But tonight, it smelled of success. The neon glow from the city below painted her face gold, and in her hand was a cup of coffee gone cold, untouched for hours. Her phone wouldn't stop ringing. Emails, notifications, calls from unknown numbers. She was used to attention now, but this was different. It started early that morning with a single subject line that changed everything. Netflix originals, content partnership proposal. At first, she thought it was a scam. She'd received plenty of fake offers before, but the email was real, official logo, legal wording, signatures from executives. Netflix had watched her short films and wanted to buy her latest script, The Invisible Daughter, for $50 million and sign her as a creative partner for 3 years. She would read the email 3 times, then just sat there, heart racing, tears forming, her hands trembling over the keyboard. $50 million. The same girl who once couldn't afford a tripod was now worth more than her entire family's lifetime earnings. She called her friend and videographer, Samina, barely able to breathe. Samina, Netflix, they want me. They want my film. Samina screamed through the phone. What, Lara? This is insane. This is history. Lara laughed and cried at the same time. Do you think it's real? Girl, it's Netflix, the biggest streaming platform in the world. They don't just watch you, they want you. Lara fell to her knees sobbing. The years of humiliation, doubt, hunger, late nights, and whispered prayers came crashing down in that one moment. A few hours later, the news broke publicly. Pakistani content creator Lara Ahmed signs $50 million deal with Netflix. Her name was everywhere, news channels, magazines, international blogs. The girl they once mocked as just another internet wannabe was now the country's biggest creative export. And that's when the calls started. First, her brother Adil. Hey, Lara, I just saw the news. Wow, I always knew you'd make it big. Lara paused. His voice was all warmth, the same brother who once called her a clown. Really, she said quietly, because I remember you laughing at me for doing exactly this. He chuckled awkwardly. Come on, Yar, we were just joking. Don't take everything so seriously. Then came her mother. Beta, mashallah, mashallah, your father and I are so proud of you. Everyone in the neighborhood is talking about you. You've made the Ahmed family famous. Lara bit her lip. Funny, she said softly. You didn't feel proud when I had 50 views. Her mother's voice faltered. We just didn't understand back then. And then her father called. She stared at the screen for a long time. Her heart thumped. For a moment, she felt like that same small girl again, the one who was told dreams don't feed you. She hesitated and then answered, Assalamu alaikum, Abu. Wa alaikum salam. His voice was firm, almost forced. You've done well, Lara. The family name is respected now. Respected, she repeated, her voice trembling. You called me shameful once. He sighed. I was trying to protect you. I didn't want people laughing at you. They laughed anyway, she whispered. But now they clap. Silence hung between them. Years of distance, hurt and pride, sat heavy in that pause. Then her father said something that broke her heart and hardened it all at once. You should come home. The media wants a family picture. It'll look good. She felt her throat close up. So that's what it was. Not love, not apology, just image, just optics. She smiled bitterly. I'm busy, Abu. Netflix is waiting. And she ended the call. That night, she stood before her mirror. The same mirror that had once reflected a girl with tears and no hope. Now it reflected a woman with success and scars. The world had changed, but her memories hadn't. Every cruel word, every mocking laugh, every time she was told to stop dreaming, it all echoed like a ghost behind her smile. But she wasn't angry anymore, because she finally understood something powerful. Revenge isn't about destroying others. It's about proving that they never could destroy you. Lara opened her laptop and signed the Netflix contract. Her hand shook slightly, not out of fear but out of victory. Then she typed a short post on her official page. They told me to stop playing internet celebrity. Now the internet is playing my story. It went viral instantly. Millions shared it, thousands celebrated it, and somewhere in a quiet family home far away, 3 people watched her interview on TV, proud, regretful, silent. The red carpet shimmered beneath the lights of Dubai's Grand Premier Hall. Cameras flashed, reporters shouted names, and the hum of fame filled the air like electricity. Lara Ahmed stepped out of the limousine in a flowing silver gown, elegant, confident, untouchable. Her hair framed her face softly, and her eyes carried both pride and pain, the kind of look only those who have survived storms can wear. Tonight was her night. Netflix had chosen Dubai for the global premiere of her debut film, The Invisible Daughter.